Let's fucking go, dude.
What
I'm
an
telling you,
intro.
that gets my balls swelling every fucking time. Let me tell you.
Fucking hell, man.
Jesus
Can you
Christ.
make
What's
McDubs
up,
still
Herb?
fall over?
Is that a template or
You
is that your actual dining room?
No, that's a temple. I found that, and I just put the little shit on the TV, and then then the music. Those are buddies of mine. They're not even a band anymore. They're from years ago. Band called Opposite Attack, local band from St. Louis. And when we rebranded, I reached out to them, and I'm like, "Yo, let me use one of the songs." They're like, "Bro, we don't give a fuck." They're like, "It is what it is. We're not even a band anymore." I'm like, "Hell yeah!" So sent it to them. They all love it. They're like keeping the spirit alive.
It's got
So yeah,
very
dude.
much like a shipping off to Boston feel, or that bucket of 9 Irish drinking song I like to use.
Yeah. I love, dude. When you played that song, like when I heard that song in your story, I'm like, holy shit! I haven't listened to that song. I used to listen to that song back when I was drinking a lot. Like, because like I said,
It's a
I'm
pop
always
song.
it's a great song. And I'm a big punk rock dude. So like I've always been into rowdy shit, and like when I used to like that was a go-to drinking song. So when I heard that, I'm like, oh my god, what a fucking jam that is. What up, McDubs? How we doing, big dog?
Sorry, you've been vetoed and don't get to fall over in the intro anymore, McDubs. We're
Yeah,
moving
no,
on.
actually, you're right. Maybe I'll put that on the TV. You're fucking
Oh,
right. I need to
we
do
have
that.
to
And the
have
old,
McDubs falling over. It
yeah,
is a
you're right.
classic. A
Oh,
classic.
that is a good clip. I do. You got to keep that one in. That was the original intro I saw. I like that one.
Yeah, and that was only around for a short time, but we definitely need to get that. What up, McDubs? Thank you for gifting the subs. Let's fucking go, big dog. We love you,
Oh,
man. Hope you're having a great week, dude. Hope you're having a good. Hope you have a great weekend lined up.
Oh, thank God
Um,
it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday. But welcome into Derelict Sports, everybody, man. It's Friday. Nick, and obviously Nick and Dale. We got our boy Playoff Beard Parlays with us. We're gonna be talking a little hockey tonight. We're gonna talk about we got some games going on tonight, or no games tonight. Games kicking back up tomorrow. A lot of games tomorrow, a lot of games this weekend. So we're gonna go over a little bit of what he's thinking about some of his plays for the weekend. Then we'll kind of just kind of talk about some of the fallout for the Four Nations, because like you said, we got a lot of teams a lot of players and teams that were just playing. That have got games this weekend that maybe them playing in the Four Nations have impacted that in some way. So we're going to talk about that. And then obviously we'll talk a little bit of baseball and then the other shit going on. We got a lot of NBA going on as well. Got a bunch of underdogs in. Cavs, Knicks are playing right now. I think I just saw the Cavs were winning, which is sick because fuck the Knicks, dude.
I took the
Oh yeah,
Cavs.
they're up 20.
You, my friend. I saw the Cavs money line and I said, you know what? They got the Knicks.
What was the money line you got him at?
Yeah. Let me check. I got him at it was minus 350, but I paired it up with the Bucks and the Pistons.
Oh yeah, good shit. I like the Pistons tonight too.
Yeah. Well, the
Pistons
Spurs
to San Antonio back to back, dude.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say? I didn't mean to cut you off. My bad.
Oh, I was saying the exact same thing. I said, yeah, with them just playing last night, they're not, and they weren't firing on all cylinders last night either. So,
and Detroit, man, what a fucking look. I say every single day I am grateful that JB Bickerstaff does not coach the Cleveland Cavaliers anymore. Like, it is a godsend. But there is not a better coach in the NBA for like a rebuilding team. He is like the coach that will get you there, and then someone like Kenny Atkinson or someone that knows what the fuck to do after that comes in and takes over. But he's like the best guy in the world to come in for like a team that's in the middle of nothing, young guys who don't believe, like he gets that motherfucker's bought in. But that, like I said, so in like 3 years, maybe he hands the Pistons off to somebody else and they take him somewhere. But very, very, very stoked to see them. We got a boy that comes on here, Yitty Man. You haven't met Yitty Man. Wait till you meet Yitty Man. He was the original sports bettor that we started talking to, but he's also like semi-viral on TikTok. He wears a ski mask and he reviews strip clubs and strip club foods. And he has like a podcast where he interviews naked strippers on OnlyFans. He's an annual judge in the prettiest butthole in Michigan contest. He is an annual judge. So he judges the prettiest butthole in Michigan every single year. He's just a fucking godsend, and his thing is pussies and parlays.
This guy sounds like a certified beauty.
Oh, he's a beaut. He's a beaut. There's no doubt. There's no denying that.
Dude, so we have to get him, but now he's out of school where he was at. He was in college doing some shit. So now he works like his hours are all fucked up. He works overnights, like midnight shifts and shit. So he used to come on every week, and we would talk once a Wednesday. He'd come on for a while, and we'd talk about him and go over the shit he liked, bets and stuff he liked. But he's from Detroit. He's from the mean streets of Detroit. So he's a big Pistons guy.
Yeah, I got a buddy from Detroit. He's in Florida now. This guy loves everything Detroit. He's been shouting the Lions for the last 10 years, and he finally has something to say, and then they choked.
Dude, it's brutal, and like that was brutal. I mean, like I was very happy they got the All-Star they got the draft, right? Not the All-Star game. The draft was cool there. Yeah. But yeah, they at the end of the day, Pittsburgh still gets kicked in the balls.
Yeah.
And it is what it is, dude.
Yeah.
Oh well, they had the Red Wings for all those years, dude. They had Pavel Datsyuk for a while. Remember that?
Yeah. No, the mid early 2000s was like a special time. Like after the first lockout, before they got too heavy on the fight restrictions, that was a special time in the NHL, man.
Dude, yeah, it was such a. I mean, I obviously hated Detroit back then, and I really think that the NHL, Gary Bettman being a fucking Nazi, taking
he fucked up the Detroit, and he fucked up the NHL, man.
He fucked them all up, and now Detroit and the Blues are in different conferences, so it's like the rivalry's basically dead. We still have that thing where like we have a home and home every year, but it doesn't really mean this. It's not the same, So it used to be Colorado or Chicago and Detroit. You hated them if you're a Blues fan. And obviously we still hate Chicago, but yeah, dude. Shout out to Detroit. Hopefully Detroit. We're all praying for you. Okay, we hope that things get better.
Well, that Piston team looks on the rise. They're I think right now they don't have to be in the play-in tournament, which is exactly what they want.
That's what we were just saying when you walked away. We were saying obviously the way that things have turned out on the way that JB Bickerstaff's got him playing. Like I'm glad he's not the Cavs coach anymore, but he's doing wonders there in Detroit. So. And speaking of them, Detroit is our first game tomorrow. I just pulled up the games, and they are actually 11:30 a.m. tomorrow. They're on ABC tomorrow. We got 2 ABC games tomorrow, 2 nationally televised games tomorrow.
Yeah, Detroit, is 12:30 Eastern. And then half hour later you got Edmonton, Philly.
Yeah, Edmonton, Philly. So good. I'll tell you what, if you're a hockey fan and you don't have, and at least in the States, I don't know how it is outside of the States, but if you're a hockey fan and you don't have ESPN Plus, like you are fucking up.
Okay. I actually have a stream website I like to use that's, they call themselves an app. I'll share that to you guys, and if you guys have any people that that will use that wisely, I'm obviously not going to share it on here. We're going to get it lost. Right. I'll share that and impart that on people. It's got pretty much every live game thing, and it's got all the major networks for even just like your girl wants to watch Dancing with the Stars, but you don't have ABC. Okay, well here, throw it on.
All right. Well, let's fucking go, dude. I love that. Yeah, I mean it's. Well, if you don't have that, and then you still don't have ESPN Plus, then you're a fucking idiot. If you don't know this guy and you don't have ESPN Plus, well then fuck you. You're an idiot because I've never seen so much shit on ESPN. Like ESPN Plus, you go on there. Like I'm looking at this every game, even the ABC ones. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, there's 13 games on ESPN Plus tomorrow. That's fucking stupid.
Wow. That's for hockey for you guys too?
That's just for hockey. So like I said, I don't know how it is everywhere else, but here in the States, that's like, that's kind of, hockey is such a slept on sport everywhere for the most part, but like it's a national sport, but like they're tucked away on ESPN. They used to be nowhere. You used to not be able to watch hockey ever.
All these sports.
Yeah,
all
Bally
those,
Sports.
all those hot messes, the Fox Sports regional channels. Yeah.
Well, lucky us, Dale, because they've just offered us Amazon Prime.
Ooh.
So it used to be if I want to pay $20 a month, I could watch Bally Sports Plus, right? And it was a dog shit app. Blues games, obviously, the Blues have been not very good the last year. So, and then as soon as Cardinal season came up, these motherfuckers were like, "Well, you need a cable subscription." Sorry, the Cardinal games aren't included in Bally Sports Plus. You have to have a cable subscription too, which I have Hulu cable, but they didn't allow streaming cable. It had to be like AT&T or one, so I canceled it. But now on Prime, they're going to add a add-on for if for people that had but don't get Bally Sports, because Bally Sports is like only on Spectrum. If you don't have Bally Sports in like my area, you are cooked. So so Amazon's doing a thing. So
Now,
hopefully we can.
I don't know if it's Canada only, but Amazon does do Monday Night Hockey now.
Yes.
No shit.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do like it's basically like
Free
a
on-
feature game of the week on Amazon in Canada.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, they
And then
basically.
what was the one you guys were telling me about that you just bet? As long as you bet $1 or whatever, a quarter, you get to watch it.
That's NFL. But on Bet365, as long as you bet 20 cents on any NFL game, you now can stream that NFL game for free. Well, for
That's
that.
so sick.
Oh, it's so great. Like especially like if you want to be cheap, like obviously you're gonna be on a delay and you're gonna be watching it with like the sports betting stuff on the side. Like you're not gonna be able to have like a full screen on your
Right.
phone or anything like that. But at least if you're cheap, you could just bet $5 on the Browns every week, and then you have the Browns game right on your phone.
Yeah, it's great. You can't. Nice. You can't.
McDub says sipping that nectar. That's what he put me onto that. So shout out to McDubs.
You can't stream it though. To like, you can't Chromecast it to a TV. It'll just be on your mobile device. Or if you have Bet365 on your computer, I'm sure you could probably blow it up on a monitor and then with HDMI get it to your TV.
That's such a sick deal, and I agree with you guys. If they could get that, like what you guys were talking about last night, if they could like really get that, like normalize that would be.
Well, they could bring it up to $1, and you bet $1 on any game. You now can stream that game. And then that's going to incentivize them that people aren't even like sports fans that don't give a shit about betting are even just going to throw a $1 bet on one person to shoot a goal, and it's going to literally yield them like 2 cents, or it's going to the book. But
it's like you're going to get people who just throw some money on it just to get the fucking game. They don't give a fuck about that bet.
Like the Luka Doncic is playing the Lakers for the first time. First time this week. You're good. No, you're good. But like Luka Doncic is playing the Lakers sometime this week. If you just want to see Luka Doncic in a Lakers jersey against the Mavs, but you don't have cable or you don't, $1 to like put on the spread and hope and you get to watch the game. Perfect. Welcome, Derek, by the way.
What's up, Derek? How you doing, big dog?
What up?
So, all right. So let's get to some of these games this weekend then. So like I said, we got a lot of fun. I mean, hockey literally just goes from there's like no break here. I mean, Thursday, you get Friday, Saturday, and then you have got a full slate of fucking hockey both days. I mean, that's, so I guess I'll turn it over to you because, I mean, obviously I don't want to sit here and just go. I mean, we can go through every single game, but I'll let you tell me what ones you think are the best, and we can talk through those.
My favorite game matchup of the entire day is Edmonton-Philly, purely for Draisaitl. He sat out the Four Nations being German. He's one of the top 5 right now in the NHL. And McDavid is going to be a little bit sluggish and slow based on the fact he was in the game. Like, he still came off a heater, but he played continuous hockey. So he's going to be at that normal kind of mid-season sluggishness versus Draisaitl is going to be freshed up and new. And I heard that he was in the gym every day working on his legs mostly. So if everything's right, he should be a dominant force out there. He should be just pushing. And I like him personally. Like, if we're talking slips, I like him for one point. and 3 shots on goal. The 1 point, he's hit this 27 of his last 29, and that's a hit rate of almost 94%. And then the 3 shots on goal, he's hitting his last 22 at 25, which is roughly 89%. And there's been some games where he has 10 or 12 shots on goal. So he's a maniac.
Are those regular lines or alt line? Oh, okay, so you said over 2.5.
Yeah, over 2.5 shots on goal if that's what you have. And then for Draisaitl for points, I like him for just the over 0.5. He could get 2. Like he could get an assist and a couple goals, like who knows, but I place it on the safe side. I don't like pushing what's going to actually happen. I just like to push a third of what's going to happen.
Well, and it makes sense too that he has to shoot to get the goals, and there is supposedly a goaltender who's better than me and Nick and net, so that's probably like that's kind of how I think of taking certain money lines, where it's like, okay, you could take the plus 240. Taking plus 7 is much more intelligent.
Well,
or sprinkle, or you take, like, for me, if I'm going to bet plus 7, 70 to 80% is going on the spread, and 20% is going on the money line.
I was gonna say, and what's the spread at for that game? Because I do like Edmonton to win, but if the spread's by at least, like, if it's 1.5, I might take that spread.
So 1.5. So it's 1.5 Edmonton right now. So money line 195 for Edmonton.
Yeah.
Plus 110 or plus 1 is that plus
130? Yeah, plus 130.
Take the money line. That's just like a consensus one. So, but yeah, no, because like Philly probably got next to nobody there. They're young.
And you had him for what? You had him for 2.5 shots, and what was the other one you had him? Points, half a point,
and 0.5 points. Just because just one, it's safer.
Right.
But something I did want to that I like I say, now you could throw in the spread if it's under if it's 1.5 or under. But if you want to throw in a Philly prop too, Ryan Poehling, he used to play on Montreal. He was hot for about 8 games. Then he started going up and down on the farm team based on how he was doing. Then we traded him. He went to the free agency, and then now he's getting his real second shot right now in Philly. And he tries to at least get 1 shot on goal every game. So he's been fairly consistent with that. I think he's only missed it something like 10% of the time or something like that throughout the whole season that he's been with them. So, yeah, Ryan Poehling for over 0.5 shots on goal. I like that. It makes it a bit more volatile. That, I could say that one takes it from like a green light play to like a yellow light play, if you want to talk about it in traffic lights.
Yeah.
Put a little T light on it.
I've never really dabbled into props, so that part is definitely intrigued me, right?
I like both teams to score as well. I don't think there's going to be a shutout.
Yeah, no, I agree on that. I mean, I think both. I think a lot of these teams are going to be, because I do think the teams that haven't played, like I think Philly, I think there will be a lot of well rested guys, coming in, and I do think that like guys are going to be ready to play some hockey. Like I agree. I do think, I could even see it being somewhat like high scoring. Like where it's just a lot of goals scored. I mean, you could even see some sloppiness and some goaltenders. Some rustiness. I mean, you never know what you're gonna.
If I was to guess the score right now, I'd say 5 Edmonton, 2 Philly.
That's an over.
If not 3 Philly, but
yeah. What's the over under? 6.5. Okay, so yeah, 6.5. They're over 6.5 plus 110. That'd be a good bet. Yeah, Leon Draisaitl, man, what an absolute. So are we expecting like is Connor McDavid or are we gonna see we're gonna see guys like that tomorrow? You think, right? Or do you think?
Oh yeah, they're gonna be out there. I don't think they'll be unlimited minutes, but I think they'll be more playmakers than they are actual going in there and getting the goals. Like I would for sure still, if you feel confident in it, you could put McDavid down for a point because he is with Draisaitl, right? So they're feeding off each other. One's getting the assist, one's getting the goal. That's kind of how I was trying to always play the Team Canada lines in that because I knew Reinhart was on the main line and he very rarely was the actual goal scorer, but he was always setting up whether it be McDavid or Crosby. So
yeah, this is actually gonna be a fun game. This is a nice. Was this noon? Well, it's a 1 p.m. game for the Eastern time. But yeah, I might tune into this game. This is gonna be a good game.
I think so.
I'm kind of
because the Phillies trying to bring back that Broad Street, like in all their sports, right? Like just where the dunes that'll fuck you up if we can't win.
Yeah, this should be. I might honestly wake up tomorrow, lay my balls out on the couch, and dual screen these two. I mean, while the Red Wings could be a decent one too. I mean, right off the bat, I mean these are some good games, and we get Capitals Penguins on ABC tomorrow too at 2 p.m. I think that'll be fucking good too.
Something I like as a random game prop in the Minnesota Detroit is no one to score in the first 10 minutes.
What makes you say that?
They both have pretty solid Ds. That's I think both teams' specialties right now is defense. And last time No Name Bookie gave me the slip for Boston Bruins, Minnesota, no one to score in the first 5 minutes. I accidentally hit 10 minutes and it hit, and I ended up getting a decent boost on my parlay with that. So I just know Minnesota anyway. They're stacked for defense, and I have to look at who they actually have. I don't really pay attention to a lot of the U.S. teams. I have a hard time with it really, other than Florida, just because obviously Kachuk's been on a bender.
Yeah, I was really hoping he was going to come to the fucking Blues for them, but I was wishful thinking. Obviously, I mean, what a tank he is down there in Florida.
When they set a line at a total at 5.5 in hockey now, that tells you that is two defensive teams or two teams.
Yeah, I was just going to say it's an under is an even pick.
5.5 jumps out just for that reason because it's not 6.5.
Oh yeah, so they got Jonas Brodin, they got Travis Dermott, Brock Faber, John Merrill, Jake Middleton. Like, yeah, these guys have been pretty fucking solid.
I did not know the Wings had Cam Talbot right now. I did not know that's who they were throwing in net. Well, they actually looks like they're playing pretty consistent, 16 and 10. So I don't know, this Lion guy both got. I don't know. Mark Andre's a wild. I forgot about that too.
Yeah, man.
That thing that they did that thing they did for. I know we talked about the other day, Dale. The Minnesota or the Montreal thing they did for Marc-Andre Fleury. Sick. The fucking shaking his hand thing. Like, the Canadians, like you said, they always do the right thing. They are the classiest goddamn organization.
Why are they always do the right thing?
Because they've been around for 600 years, dude. They've had a lot of practice.
Because the NHL used to literally just be a bunch of kids in Montreal skating.
Yeah, like literally, dude.
Used to
How
be
many fucking cups do they have? Like 27 or something? 25? They got more than the Yankees, don't they? Have World Series or somewhere around them?
They're around them. It's been a long time. It's crazy to think the Canadians were the last team to win a Stanley Cup in Canada, and that was
93.
93, yeah, the year I was born. The year I was born was when that's how I always remember that. The year I was born was the last time Canada won. I would like to see Toronto do it, dude. I don't know why I have such a thing for Toronto nowadays. I just think it'd be cool to see them because they had like a little bit of a.
I just lived closest to them, and I grew up a Toronto fan because my dad was. Like, I became a Montreal fan through my adulthood, and slowly right now, just the city of Philadelphia in general for their sports, they're winning me over. Like, the Eagles already got me, the Sixers already got me. The Phillies have had a light grasp on me. Like, growing up, I could never decide if I liked the Royals, the Jays or the Phillies. I never could decide, and now just
painful childhood choices. Ouch.
I was gonna say, good lord, dude,
good
you
lord.
hate
At least
yourself,
you didn't
huh?
pick the Yankees. I
Fucking
appreciate
Christ,
that.
dude. At
That
least you
that
didn't pick the
pain.
Royals. Fuck them, dude.
Nope.
God damn, dude. They got one of the nicest stadiums in baseball, dude, and they're just ass.
Well, just fuck Kansas City in general. I don't want to see any
Fuck
of this.
Kansas City in general, dude. It's like 3 hours from me. The front office, who you haven't met him yet, but he's our third guy. He's our guy in the chair. He doesn't show his face because he's got a big boy government job. He's my lifelong friend, one of my best friends.
Okay.
He's got a big government clearance. He's got a security clearance, so he can't show his face on the fuck. He's just he's a bitch, dude. So he might even swing by at some point. But
Cool.
he lived in Kansas City for a long time. He went to UMKC, his first university he went to. So we used to go down there, and Kansas City is an all right place, but dude,
the Roadrunners.
Fuck their sports, though. Fuck their sports.
Fuck them.
No, they like I like if there's some sort of bad juju we can give them, 100 years of bad luck. Like,
dude, I will go kick a fucking mirror right now if I have to. I will throw myself through a mirror. Hopefully, I saw. We'll get to the next game, but Mahomes did just cut his hair. I saw that the other day. Got a little haircut after the thing. The Eagles might have fucked him up, dude. He might be in like a midlife crisis after
I was
that game.
Alive earlier today, though. Could you imagine the fucked up egotistical world we would live in of him and Travis Kelce, though, if they did fucking win?
Oh yeah, well that's what I was saying. Like,
it'd be terrible.
Everyone that complained about how boring of a game that was, right? Like everybody's like, "Oh, what a terrible game," blah blah blah. I get it. Like I get it. Like if you're not an Eagles fan, like it wasn't the most entertaining fucking game if you're just like a person that tunes in just for the Super Bowl. But do you know how miserable things would have been if that would have been the Chiefs fisting Philly for 4 quarters? Bro,
Yep.
It would have been the worst fucking time in the world, dude.
There would have been
like,
the biggest numbers drop-offs in a Super Bowl ever after a halftime.
Yeah, it would be fucking terrible, dude. It would just... So people need to really be thankful that we didn't have to watch, like you said, those two guys just run up and then a
dynasty... The dynasty deniers.
Dynasty deniers, bitch. And we talked about that. The three, you know about the three-peat thing, the Pat Riley thing.
I don't know, but I just want to say quick before we get into that, because they did do it to the Pats too, and they won in 17 as well.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, baby. I was still drinking I was emotional during that one when they won that one. I had the Vic jersey on. No, I had the Brian Dawkins jersey on for that one. I was in a room full of people that it was the last Super Bowl party I went to, because after that, I realized after that Super Bowl party that I just want to be able to watch the game, because all of those people like were just there because it was a Super Bowl party. I'd been an Eagles fan at this point since I was 7, 8, So I'm watching this game and I am like, my asshole is puckered. I'm like on the verge of like tears, because like, it's just like, it's such that game was a fucking roller coaster, dude. When he hit the Philly special, dude, like it meant something, dude. And people were like, just like talking and I'm like, you fucking pussies don't understand what's going on right now. Like no one here, everyone's trying to talk to me. I'm like, shut the fuck up. The Eagles are about to win their first Super Bowl. This is after like 10 plus years of people going, oh, you're an Eagles fan? They fucking suck. They're never going to win anything. Their fans suck. They never win shit. They just fucking get there and they break your heart. And dude, when they won that Super Bowl, dude, and against Brady, you couldn't tell me shit.
Ooh, picture time.
So
Look at it.
I got one of those. It tells the amount of the conference championships, division championships, and Super Bowl championships at the bottom. I need to get an updated one.
Yeah, no shit. It's all right, though. Thing's sick anyway. Go fucking Eagles, fly, bitch. That's all that matters. We got Zach Martin had to retire, a sad motherfucker today, dude. Love that. Fuck the Cowboys. Thought that was great. And it's only a matter of time for Micah Parsons is probably an Eagle. I mean, it's just give it time. He'll be an Eagle at some point. Nobody wants to be in fucking... He's a Penn State guy. Nobody wants to fucking be in Dallas, dude. Yeah, he'll be Saquon's teammate before long, so it'll be good. But what I was going to say about the three-peat is that Pat Riley, Dale didn't know this either.
No, this is
it is the most
fascinating.
amazing. Pat Riley, who, I am not a Jimmy Butler guy. I'm not even a Pat Riley guy, but I was very much like when Jimmy Butler was doing the fiasco, I'm like, who is Jimmy Butler to like try to punk and talk? Like, who is he to treat Pat Riley like this? Like, the guy's a nobody. Pat Riley owned before when he was back in the day, when he was, I think it was with I forget who he was with, the Lakers or something.
The Lakers, yep.
They had won 2 in a row going for their third title for the three-peat. He hadn't even won the three-peat yet. And he went and trademarked like all of the different variations of three-peat, like the number 3-peat, the word three-peat, all of it. And then they ended up losing, didn't even get it. So he didn't even end up three-peating. But since then, he's owned all of the trademarks. So all of the teams since then, since like the mid-'80s, that have three-peated have to, not even the league, so like the Chiefs this year have to, as an organization, no help from the NFL, they have to go and reach an agreement with Pat Riley to use the term three-peat on any of their merchandise. So anything they want to, they have to pay him for the rights. So they have to come to an agreement. And like, what a fucking savage that is. Like every time somebody he just sits at home and prays motherfuckers three-peat because they have to come pay him for all the rights. I mean, you got to think about all the years, like the Patriots, like the Chiefs, all these teams that have had to go pay him for this. It's incredible.
Pat, are you surprised Pat Riley would do something like that?
No, but it's just an incredible like you talk about business moves, like that just pay off till the day you're dead. Dude, trademarking three-peat is one of them.
Hey, let's go into your El Presidente real quick too. You're fired? Who the fuck let him trademark you're fired?
Oh my God. Does he have, did he trademark that shit?
Yeah, man. Back when he was still on The Apprentice, man.
Jeez.
What do you, okay, I got a question for you too. As Canadians, well, I guess I know how Dale views, but outside of Dale's, because, Dale lives underground. I am convinced that the town Dale lives in is like a mine town. Like he gets on an elevator when he gets home and he goes like 1,500 feet underground.
I live in a valley that
I did hear that about Saskatchewan. That's why it's all flat, is because it's just a flat top roof.
Dude, I'm straight up. Like, thank God he's on his phone nowadays. He used to do this on his laptop, and I would talk to him. I'd be like, hey, Dale, what do you feel about this? And then we'd all sit back, and we'd wait about 25 seconds for that to travel all the way to Toronto, or all the way through the dog shit hills of Saskatchewan, and then into the ground, and he would get it. And like somebody would start talking, I'd go, no, because then Dale would go, I think, and I'm like, motherfuckers, you had to give him time. You had to give him 35 seconds. Yet the internet there is non-existent. So we had, I mean, it was the most piss poor shit I've ever seen. But now look at him. I mean, you could see, not in the room, but wherever he's at normally, you could really see. You can see up his goddamn nose, dude.
Well, and the Hey Kid streaming too. So it used to be even worse when because he's streaming Fortnite right now. It used to be even worse. It's like we joked around. It was like a carrot. Like we used to do the NFL predictions, and it was literally Nick would talk,
okay,
and then the front office would talk, and then Dale would guess when it was time for him to talk.
Yeah, it was brutal. But how does where you're at? How do you guys view when the elections go on here? Do you guys are you guys like? Canada,
I watch
obviously.
Shit out of them. I'm a hardcore conservative Republican, and I'm telling you right now, when Polyev gets elected, this is going to be an electric thing for both our countries. This is going to be.
Yeah, let's go. I was wondering if you guys are like pro-Trumpers, not pro-Trumpers.
I'm somewhere in the middle, but I'm in like the most. So the riding that I'm in had the highest win margin in the last election, and it was like 83% voted conservative. So like I seriously believe they could just put a dog with like a conservative like handkerchief, and he could get voted in. Like, I seriously think that I'm in that much of a redneck place that literally could happen.
A redneck Canadian, dude. Couple rednecky Canadians. Let's fucking go, dude.
From different ends of the country too.
Yeah.
Like, I got. Because you're in Toronto or just outside of Toronto?
Just outside. Like, so right now I'm living in a more metropolitan area. It's called Oshawa.
Okay,
yeah, you probably know because of the Generals and everything, right? So
yeah.
So I'm living in Oshawa right now, but originally I'm from about another hour up north. But with all within an hour and a half of Toronto is my zone, just outside of the greater GTAs where I like to be.
I remember, so I lived in Toronto for a year, and I remember the first time I left the city. Thank you. So like, there's like that Labatt's brewery, and that's like technically where Toronto ends. And then they're like, so we're out of Toronto. I'm like, there's not a fucking clue that I'm out of Toronto. So
no,
and I'm like, they're like, well, tell us when you're out of Toronto, because we were going like, so we like drove for another 45 minutes, and then we get out, and I'm like, there's pasture. We're now outside of Toronto. Like, Dale, that was 45 minutes ago. You're like, yeah, we're still in the fucking city. Toronto is monstrous.
It is, and it bleeds all the way into like out past Oshawa where I am, out into Bowmanville. It's the city really is. It's a big concrete jungle for about a fucking 180 kilometer stretch.
Well, being from Saskatchewan, pretend to be surprised that I'm a Saskatchewan Roughrider fan.
Toronto Argonauts, baby. Let's go.
Oh, fuck. I got to
Montreal Alouettes, baby.
Oh, God.
Bro,
gonna be
let's
so much
fucking...
hate
Are you a
this?
CFL guy? You are a CFL guy. All right, good. I never knew shit about CFL, but I do know that the dumbest rule in sports is the goddamn missed field goal.
Here we go.
What do they call it?
A rouge.
A rouge, dude. Dude, that is the dumbest fucking rule in sports, hands down. But I did not know I liked the Toronto Argonauts till we watched the Grey Cup. And we watched the Grey Cup on here. And who'd they play?
Winnipeg.
They beat the fuck out of them, right?
Oh,
just
the year before was the Alouettes, and that was a banger as well.
They did the same thing. It was like, hey, Saskatchewan, you could go and get killed in Winnipeg for the Western Final. and Winnipeg's going to roll over Toronto / Montreal in both years. And no. They get upset and win, and Dale gets all bummed out.
We had a guy, we posted a clip of, we posted a clip on, it was on Instagram too. It was talking about, is the GOAT debate over between Brady and Mahomes, right? And I had no football gear on when we were talking that, but Dale had all his Saskatchewan gear on. Some guy on fucking TikTok was like, all you fucking Eagles fans are cocky pricks. You guys are all fucking assholes. You guys can't win with pride, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, what in the fuck about any of this? Like, where are you getting that we're Eagles fans? And finally, he was like, well, aren't you that fucking guy on the bottom? And I'm like, no, it's Dale, and that's all Saskatchewan Rough Rider gear, dude. Like, this guy had a fucking cow, and it was not over just because he had all that green gear on. And I'm like, dude, you probably feel so goddamn stupid right now. Like, you think you have it bad. He's a Rough Rider fan, okay? He's really got it fucking bad.
Oh, yeah.
If she's a Rough Rider.
Yeah, it's been a rough ride, okay? Let me tell you. Jesus Christ.
All you need to do is crack out like the Saskatchewan joke that it's so flat that you can watch your dog or your ex-wife walk away for a week, and I would probably literally just like fall over.
Why don't you go outside, Dale? Because that broad's still walking, dude. I can still see her walking, bitch.
So the 13th man game. Well, obviously, I was there. It was the worst. It was a 47,000 person funeral procession leaving that game.
I need to go to a CFL game in my life. That would be good. I need to come to Canada. I've never been to Canada. I need to come to Canada. I want to come to a hockey game there, and I would like to go to. I need to go to a CFL game.
Well, you like the Argos, so we'll get an Argos Saskatchewan game in Toronto, and we'll get Dale to come over because there's lots of accommodations, lots of like nightlife, lots of different stuff we could do. Because if we go to Dale's, we're going to a game and then we're driving fucking 6 hours back to his house and going underground.
Yeah,
he's not. It's like
we're not
if we're going to watch Connor McDavid. It's 3 hours home that night, boys.
What is the closest before we get? So I will get back into hockey. I know we're kind of leaving the fuck. People are probably like, we're not even talking about fucking betting, NHL betting, but
we'll get there.
What is the closest team to you, like in general, like pro team? What is the closest pro team to you, Dale?
So the Flames are 90 minutes from me. So I'm 90 minutes from Calgary, and I'm 3 hours from Edmonton. So Flames / I don't know if you want to call lacrosse a real thing, but like
you don't ever go to Flames games. Flames games have got to be fun, right? I mean, they're not really good. Are they good even now? I mean,
they're in rebuilding-ish mode. Yeah, they're not in like full. They're not like San Jose bad.
Like they got Kadri and Backlund. Like they got a few good guys.
But it's like that it's plausible they can make the playoffs, but they're still a little bit away. Like they would need everything to go right for them to like steal a wild card berth. So
would you say that they're out of all the Canadian teams right now? Would you say they are? Is it them or the Senators who are like the bottom feeder? Well, the Senators don't even look like they're bottom 29, 23. Can I tell you something? The Senators are a hockey team that I never think of. I love the Canadian teams, just never think of them.
I bet you if you if you were to name an average person, name the 7 Canadian teams, it's either Winnipeg or Ottawa is the last team that's going to get named.
Like I'm trying to think of like who were like I remember they had that goalie I'm trying to think of like some of their older players, and I don't know. Senators are just they've got to be the bottom feeders, right? Them or
yeah. No, it's it would probably be the Senators. What a fucking day of betting so far, by the way, boys.
Is it not good?
It is not good.
No, not on
Marquette is down by 15. They decided not to show up. Davidson is down by 9. That is not good. Michigan State's down by 6, but that's in the first half, so that's fine. It's the goal of getting.
What's Jared Allen doing? What's our boy Jared Allen doing? 3 rebounds.
3 rebounds. Hey, but on the bright side, the Cavs are up by 30.
How in the fuck does Jared Allen have 3 rebounds?
Welcome to our world. It's all good.
Well, I placed a live slip that didn't hit, but I love throwing these out every once in a while. You pick a game in the NBA and you pick within the quarter that's playing right now. You go into the live bets, and there's a chance you hit 0 threes to be made in that 3-section minute of the quarter. And if you pick the right 3-minute section and there's no threes, it's like roughly plus 490. And I just put a profit boost on it to make it plus 640 and threw down $10 to try to make a quick $75. I don't think it hit though. There's still a minute left in it, and it's on some sort of TV pause. But I think a 3 was already scored because I'm pretty sure the Knicks had 17 and now they have 20. But
let me check my shit here real quick. Oh, one of them's already hit. Oh, DeAndre Hunter lowered 13.5. Of course, he balls out 16 points. Most he's had as a Cav. Love that.
But yeah, the Milwaukee Buck line's looking good. The Cav line's looking fantastic, and we're just waiting on the Detroit game to actually tip off.
I know I mentioned it yesterday. I think I'm going to open up the NBA tab, and hopefully it's up tomorrow. So for those who didn't watch, we were on the Hornets on Wednesday night. I mean, rephrase, Nick was on the Hornets on Wednesday night and got me to get on the Hornets Wednesday night. I was on the Lakers last night. That worked out good. And I think that there is so now the Lakers are 6.5, or the Nuggets are a 6.5 point favorite in LA, or at home against LA, rephrase. And I wish it was lower, but I really like the Nuggets a lot tomorrow. I really like this spot. This feels like a bad Lakers spot. Playing Wednesday night, have to travel to Portland Thursday, and then travel to altitude on Saturday, playing 3 and 4 nights.
Yeah,
I kind of the number I thought it was going to be. I wish it was a hair lower, but I don't think I'll go much higher than that. But 6.5 kind of feels like the number. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I mean, I guess they're probably waiting to see. I mean, I guess we're gonna get LeBron and Luka tomorrow. I guess Luka comes back tomorrow.
Yeah.
What? Restrictions finally, or what?
So he was off restrictions the other night apparently, but he just looked like shit. I mean, he started off the fucking quarter he had 6 turnovers in the first quarter. Like, it was like, that's literally a game's worth of turnovers in one quarter. And somebody was saying that, like, and I really agree with this. I think that, for this to work, I think LeBron's going to have to do the D Wade thing, what he did with D Wade. I think that chat has to happen where he's like, look, like, this is your team type thing. Like, because I don't think, when LeBron got to, remember how bad they were when they started? Remember when the Heat first got together and, like, they started like 15-15 or whatever? Like, and everybody was like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on here? And then they all took that, like, infamous vacation where, like, Dwayne Wade basically sat down with LeBron and was like, this is your team. You can be the one, I think LeBron might have to do that.
Because he gets to do and just gets to be the facilitator, right?
Yeah, because I just think that
to be an alpha.
I watched a lot of footage of Luka on just solo it camming him, and like he just doesn't know what to do without the ball. And I think that, like, LeBron, there's a lot of, like, him hesitating and not knowing where to go because, like, he thinks he's about to get the ball. There's times where, like, he'll put his hands up thinking the ball's coming to him, and, like, LeBron just, it doesn't happen and stuff. So I just think that LeBron's going to have to, maybe be like, look, Luka, you can be the primary ball handler. Let me just, I'm the best passer this game's ever fucking seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me just, I'll facilitate when I need to, I'll hit the shots when I need to, because 3 shots been nice this year. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. But I still think them 6.5 against the Nuggets, that, I don't know. That's going to be a good. Is that a televised game?
Yeah, it's an ABC game, I believe.
I like the slip you guys put out today. I missed the first part, but I did get the other 2. The Michigan State and the Timberwolves one.
Oh, you did good. You picked the ones that I'm not going to lose. Good hustle.
Well, it's halftime right now, and Michigan State is down by 5, but they're going to come back harder in the second half. They always do.
Yeah. I like that Wolves bet that you put in, Nick.
Yeah, no other game really stuck out to me today. That was the one that, like, I thought I liked the Cavs, obviously, money line. He took Playoff took he said he took Cavs money line, which is obviously a great bet. Yeah. I think their spread was 6.5, I think, today. I wanted to take it, but I was like, I don't know. Like, if I bet that, we're going to get a goddamn playoff game between these two, So it's like, so I didn't bet it, but I mean, look, that is an ass whooping, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's 108-70, so they're up by 31 points in the third quarter.
It kind of upsets me. I wish I took them now, because I threw down on one of my slips. I got Trey Murphy the third for 15 plus points. I got Oklahoma City Thunder to record 100 points in the first 3 quarters. If I would have put that on the Cavs, that would have hit already. Like, yeah. That's a grimy bet to throw out, because those are always plus like 150s.
Yeah.
Who's OKC got again tonight? It's a good matchup. I know that.
That's the Jazz.
Oh yeah, fucking let's go.
Colin Sexton's out, so.
Yeah, no Colin Sexton, dude. So it's fucking Isaiah Collier's time to shine, baby.
And he was my player of the week last week. He went off 3 nights in a row for me and capped off a parlay, ladder run of his points plus assists, I think it was. And then another day for a piece of a parlay. So I actually have him down again tonight for the points plus assists run line. So I started it at over 16.5 and I ended at 21.5. And they're all $5 wagers, bringing back everywhere from $8 to $17, and it's like a $35 spread. So should be a good night. That should be a good like $80 coming back. I also got him in a boosted parlay. I got John Collins for 15 on the Jazz. I got Isaiah Collier for PRAs over 18.5. And then to go to switch it over to the Kings game, I got
he frees
1.5 PRAs. It's plus 244, and that's I wagered 15 to bring back 50. So I try to place modest bets too, because I'm trying to appeal to like the everyman. I'm not trying to appeal to like the guys that want to make the everyone wants to make $3,000 off of a slip, but I'd rather place these $5, $10, $15 bets that bring back $30, $50 to $100, just because they're more realistic to what like every guy who comes home, pays his child support, this and that, comes home, electricity's off, he's got $5 left in his account. It's like, what am I gonna do with it? You know what? Fuck it, parlay, see if I can't turn this into grocery money and turn the lights back on, right? Like,
we're getting the light. We'll get them lights on for you, baby. Don't you worry. We'll get them lights on for you.
That's what it's about.
Instead of was it Motel 6 will leave the light on for you? He's like, Playoff Beard. We'll get the lights on for you.
Send the power company your parlay and tell them to wait 2 days.
Yeah. No, before it even starts, you send it to him like, yeah, this is clearly hidden. Go ahead and turn them lights back on.
Will you guys cash in my Pro Line slip for me so that you can pay that? I don't know if you get that. Do you?
Yeah,
you don't have like a version of Pro. Well, yeah, you have a version of Pro Line out there, right?
Be like, I got a lock. I'll let you in on it, so you can let your granny in on it. Turn my lights back on and tell them that you have a good faith check in the mail.
Yeah, tell them that you're for sure Damian Lillard's going for 20 tonight. That's all you gotta tell them.
But dude, let's shift it back to NHL here for a bit, though, if you guys are down.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because my second favorite game of the day is Washington-Pittsburgh. And this one's solely based on Crosby is coming off the Four Nations. Again, he's going to be tired. You have the regular halfway through the season sluggishness. And Ovi is rested and going for an achievement in his career to beat out a Wayne Gretzky record. So he needs to get, 895 goals, I think it is.
Yeah, I think Ovechkin is he's close. I know he's getting
You can bet right now on the futures of it. Which team is he going to get it against?
16 goals as of the 6th. Wait.
I love it.
Yeah, I think he's 16 goals away.
Like 28.
Really?
Yeah, so he's got 8. Here we go. Here is as of February 5th.
It says as of right now, he's on pace to hit it against the Columbus Blue Jackets on April 12th.
Boys, I have never been an Ovechkin guy, but I am really rooting for him to do this. Like, what a sick fucking thing. Like, the fact that we're going to witness somebody pass any Gretzky record is incredible. So what do you have for? You think he's going to score? You got him for a goal or point?
Just a point. Again, like, yeah, I'm all about the safeties, but I like him for 2 shots on goal and a point. He might not even be available for 2 shots. He might only be available for 3+, but if he is available for 2, take it. If he's available for 3, take it. He's like I say, he's trying to attain it faster than, like they say, April 12th. If he can get that by like March 17th, you know, he'd be happier than a pig in shit. So he's going to be fucking slammed to beat the statistics.
So his line's at 3.5 shots right now, over under at 3.5. He's got Yeah, plus 112 to go over 3.5.
That's your problem. Is you only have the over unders. You don't have the alts.
Yeah. Oh, so I'm on. Yeah. I mean, I can't like. I guess
Like
I
you
can
can
fuck
go
with
to
the
a
line.
line and pick like on FanDuel in Canada, anyways.
Oh
like
yeah, here we go.
like one shot on goal, and then it drops down and it has multiple players to pick from.
Yeah, see that's nice. Yeah, see whatever. This is all on action, so I just go to their player props and see. We're coming though, boys. Don't you worry.
It's a nice way to like go and show your worth, right? Good, bad, or indifferent.
Another one.
I can't wait to be able to just do that.
Another one I really like is at 5:30 Eastern. We got the Rangers versus Buffalo, the Battle of New York. One of the battles in New York. I like Tage Thompson for 2 or even 3 shots on goal. He's hit 2 shots on goal in his last 4 or 5, and right now he didn't get picked for Team USA. He's been stating that outright. So he's going to go out there the next couple games, really proving himself that he should have been selected.
I fucking love Tage Thompson, boys.
He is. He's a beaut, man. He should have been picked for USA at least as a bencher.
Like, obviously, it sucks the Blues had to get rid of him, but it got us Ryan O'Reilly in a cup. But that was a tough piece to let go in that trade.
Well, especially when he left blue, yellow, and white for blue, yellow, and white. That's got to do.
To Buffalo. Just awful. But yeah, Tage Thompson, I agree. I think Tage Thompson kid's a stud. They got him at, do you have any, they got him at minus, so the spread's 1.5 for plus 190 for the Rangers, minus 1.5, plus 1.5, minus 265. The over-under in this one's 6.5.
For shots on, for the game. For the game, I don't know about the shot, the goals. I feel like this one could be a bit of a runaway for New York. I have Panarin for 2 shots on goal and a point because he's hit the 2 shots on goal in his last 16 of 18, and I think he's German as well, or he might be Russian. But again, he didn't play the 4 Nations, and he's kind of a hot shot on that team. And Fox is going to be tired and just playing defense, not playing his power forward defense that he likes to do. So I think Panarin's going to get mixed up in a lot of plays.
Artemi Panarin, dude, what a fucking beast he is too. Yeah, this would be a good game. I definitely think that it could be a runaway for the Rangers, but yeah, I mean, it definitely could be. Buffalo, they're not great. Buffalo is obviously haven't been good in a while, but they are not as bad as they've been in recent years. They are definitely more of a complete team this year than they have in I would say that Buffalo, I don't know if I want to say they're on the right track, but they're definitely they're not going in the wrong direction.
Build health.
Yeah, for sure. So I like that. Buffalo. So they're one of those teams a year in past years you saw Buffalo come across and you're the Blues. You could basically chalk it up for a W because the Blues thing is we'll beat teams that they shouldn't beat and then we'll lose to the fucking teams that have 13 wins on the year. It just makes no sense. But Buffalo, this is a year where when they come across the calendar, you gotta play against these guys. And at 6.5, that could be like Dale said earlier, when you see 5.5, you kind of, and then you see a 6, you kind of can judge which way they think it's going to go. But yeah, it's definitely a good comeback spot for the Rangers, coming off a break like that. I mean, Buffalo's definitely one of the teams you would like to play coming off the break. So yeah, this would be a good one.
They got good matchups, all across. I don't think there's really one Edmonton. No, not even theirs, because Philly's a pretty good powerhouse. I don't know, man. There's a lot of games.
Hurricanes Leafs is going to be a fucking good one. That is going to be a good one.
The Hurricane Leafs one, the over on that, I bet you is 7.5 for goals. That
5.5.
Really? Take the over.
5.5.
I think
that might the over minus 125. It's favorited. Yeah,
wow,
that's a good bet.
Yeah, take that over. That's
a good one.
Guess what? You guys keep talking for 2 seconds. I'm on it.
Dale's locking in a fucking an action bet right now.
Lock it in,
dude.
I'm typing
the last time these teams met, it was like I think 11 goals between the two of them, and it went to OT. Like I don't know, I forget. It was a banger though. Like I know that the Leafs ended up taking the L on that, and Matthews finally did wake up for that last game of the Four Nations. So
yeah, dude, he was fucking he definitely was playing a little hurt. I mean, I guess that was maybe why he was off to a slow start. But in typical Austin, what'd you say?
His feelings again,
dude. That man talking about his feelings being hurt. Yeah, dude, that motherfucker. I'll tell you what. That there's not a guy. Him not scoring a goal in that tournament is just so on brand for Austin Matthews. You know,
it is.
Score 1,000 goals when they don't matter. What
was that stat that you sent me today? That
0-7 he's 0-7 in winner take all games in his career now. I believe is what the stat was.
He was either game 7 or championship games. That's just
game 7s or championship games. Austin Matthews is now 0-7.
That's just like it. Partially like it. It feels unlucky, but it's also like he's the best player on the ice and he vanishes in those games, and that's a problem.
Yeah, no, he's not. He is. You cannot trust him for sure. Like I don't think you can fucking trust him in big games. But I do think I agree with him with playoff that he definitely was buzzing around that last game. He definitely showed up for that Canada game, and he was all over the place. So yeah, I think he is going to come out of the break probably on a fucking tear. Of course he will. He'll probably come back and score a hat trick tomorrow. He'll get 3 goals tomorrow.
And in the last one against Carolina, Nylander was like the top guy, scoring and getting like camera time really on the game because he was doing so much. So Nylander would be another one that would be great for 2 shots on goal, probably, maybe 3.
He is a quick guy, dude. Nylander, he is fast.
He is. He's they had a game over there last year, I think it was, and or it might have been this season, but like last year. And like he went all out because he was playing in front of his mom. You know what I mean? Like is he Swedish? He is Swedish, right?
Yeah, Swedish, yeah. Yeah, this is a game that I think I will be watching tomorrow for sure. Like out of all the games, I'm scrolling through here, and I think this might be the most exciting one, really.
Definitely is. Like I say, like for locks for bets for me, it's Edmonton for the locks, and like I say, a little bit the Washington Pittsburgh, but the unpredictable, wild, just exciting bits of hockey is gonna be the Leafs Carolina game. Sebastian Aho is someone I'd put down for 1 or 2 shots on goal as well. Is it Lehkonen or Kotkaniemi that plays there? It's Kotkaniemi, right?
Kotkaniemi, yep.
Kotkaniemi I'd put for 2 shots on goal and probably a point.
Carolina plays so bloody fast. It's crazy how fast they like the pace they play at. They just skate teams into the ground.
They got Carolina favored in the game.
Okay, so I'll actually give up one of my future slips right now.
Uh-oh.
I have $100 down on it because I'm so confident in this. I have $100 to win 733.
Uh-oh.
It is the Carolina Hurricanes to win 2+ playoff series in the Eastern Conference, and the Edmonton Oilers to win 2+ series in the Western Conference, thus calling the finals to be Edmonton, Carolina in the NHL this year.
So they both just have to get to their conference finals, correct?
Yeah.
That's not bad. Because you think,
dude, that is a good bet.
So like I'm speaking this out loud. So they're gonna. So even if Edmonton, you hope Edmonton. So you're gonna get Edmonton against maybe the Kings or a wild card team.
Yeah, I think on that side it'll be Oilers Dallas is my guess.
Yeah, but if you to get there, you're probably gonna have to beat Vegas in the second round and whoever in the first round, which is doable. That'll be a
Yeah,
fun
definitely.
series. And
And
then Carolina will have to get through.
probably the Leafs first.
Yeah, well, they won't be. They'll be in the Metropolitan, so they'll probably have to get through Washington in the second round, right?
Oh, that's true.
But you should get like a banged up Penguins, or because you're gonna get the third place team out of that, so you're gonna get a Penguins or I don't think the Rangers have quite got back, but I don't mind that though. That makes.
But
That's
I personally
definitely.
think that's the final matchup is Hurricanes Oilers in the end.
Oh God!
And
circa 2003 was that before or after the lockout? The Carolina Edmonton.
I want to
The
say
year after, it was Corey fucking Stillman, ex-Blue player, won the Stanley Cup on that team. Made me sick. I think Doug Waite was on that team.
Because it was Flames.
Waite was
Lightning
on that
before
team.
The lockout.
Doug fucking Waite, because he left the Blues, went to that team, and then he came back to the Blues.
What a player! I haven't heard that name. That's like when someone says Wade Belak. I'm like, what a name I haven't heard.
Wade Belak.
Dude, Dougie Waite was the
Actually,
guy.
man, what a name to hear, right? Like,
I'll never forget how upset I was that like I was so, that there was a time where there wasn't a championship I was more mad at than Carolina. I was like, what a bullshit Stanley Cup. Like right out of the lockout, they just fucking I mean, it was just like the most forgettable cup ever. But yeah, Doug Waite, Corey Stillman was on that team, dude. It was I think wasn't the coach that was there now.
Brind'Amour, yep.
Brind'Amour was there, right? So it was like, it was fuck, man. That was right out of the lockout.
Oh, that's a blast from the past. Totally forgot about that. Yeah, that was because the Flames and Lightning was the grab and hold before the lockout.
oh,
That's what makes it so good. So I was gonna ask. I know I talked about it quickly before, but do we think that Hellebuck and Binnington are gonna be not in tomorrow? Because I seen some 5.5 totals. Or do you think?
I think so, just based on the fact that they do have backups, and then they also have a third and fourth backup through the farm team. It's not plausible, like I say, that they're out the first game. Could be back the second game, but that you might even see them out all weekend and into until I'd say Tuesday. But like Binnington for sure is definitely not going to probably start.
So they've got it already up here on they've already got it on the injury thing, which leads me to believe that Binnington might play because Hellebuck is already on and listed as out for tomorrow, and his return date will be the 24th. They don't have him listed as an injury; it's just out. He's just not. Him and John Morrissey are out, both returning the 24th. Nothing for Parayko is day-to-day, who is coming off, obviously, the Canada win. So Parayko's day-to-day, estimated return date tomorrow, actually. But they don't have Binnington there, which it doesn't say he's not, it doesn't mean he's not going to play. I mean, they're definitely, it doesn't mean he is going to play. He definitely could not. But the fact that they've already got Hellebuck up here and he is definitely out tomorrow.
Well, the Jets have runway to play with too, right? Since they're first in the division.
Yeah, so this might be they can afford to maybe, I mean, nobody wants to lose this time of the year, but they could maybe come out of this and not, they can afford to drop a game or two, so Hellebuck, it looks like they're going to rest him probably through the weekend, and then start him back up next week. But maybe we see Binnington tomorrow and we don't see him Sunday.
All this Binnington talk, let's get into the game you want to talk about, really.
Let's get into it. Blues, Winnipeg.
That's it.
Let's do it.
I haven't done any research on it. I haven't followed Winnipeg at all this year. I'm gonna let you guys kind of go on this one, and I'm gonna do some writing down and some slip.
Like Hellebuck, they started that season in like, didn't they win 15-16 to start the year?
Dude, it was Well, didn't they go 15-0 or something to start the year?
Historic run to start it, and then that I gotta pull up the game. Where are you, hockey? You're near the bottom. Why does America not like you? Anyways.
In this game, I'll tell you, well, while you're looking that up, I do like Blues plus 1.5. I think look, the Blues are a team too. We're at home. St. Louis is always going to be a hard place to come in and play. It's just a good home field advantage place to play, good building. But I think that the Jets, if they're not going to have Hellebuck, they're not going to have some of these guys. I think that the Blues, other than Parayko, Binnington's the kind of guy though. The reason I think they could play Binnington tomorrow is because same way you saw him in like the playoffs. Like he's that kind of guy. Like when he gets hot, you just got to go with him. Like, he just kind of gets into a rhythm. And, I don't think he's the kind of guy that plays very well on rest. Like, I just don't think once Binnington gets locked in, he's locked in. But like that lock in, you gotta keep him locked in. So I think that, he could come in tomorrow, played his ass off in that Canada-United States game. I mean, we brought it up for the game, winner take all game in those buildings. The only one he'd ever played before. He played outstanding, won a cup, and now he's 2-0 and doing do or die games in that building. Played, stood on his head in that game. Great game for Binnington, especially like Dale said, going into that game for the Canadians to have any kind of like confidence in him going into Italy next year. You got to think that he needed to play a good game. So I think if he's in net tomorrow, I like plus 125. It's minus 250, but I definitely think the Blues are going to keep this close. If they don't have Hellebuck in there tomorrow, and I think that maybe like Dale said, they have a little wiggle room. I think the Blues are still fighting for something. The Blues they're not. Let me look up the standings real quick. I think we're out of a playoff spot right now, but I think that it's still doable. I want to say that we can still squeeze into the playoffs. Let me look.
Money whore idea. Speaking out loud. What if you took this game to be tied at the end of regulation and get somewhere between like plus 270 to plus 320-ish?
Ooh, fuck. All right, so that would be nice. I got an OT game.
Yeah, like I don't know if you can find those kind of special bets on the Action Network. Like I know it's very generic. You have to pay to get all the other cool stuff, but that's like if you're not going to get Hellebuck, like maybe it's just a close game and this game goes to overtime and you could just get like a 3-1 and move on with life.
Yeah, so Blues are 8 points out of a playoff spot, out of a second wild card spot. So 4 wins, still doable because there's less than half a season, right? It's hockey's one of those scenes that when they come out, there's really less than half a season to go, right?
Well, it's in like the old. Have you ever? I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but they basically say it's like the statistics say that if you're 4 points out of a playoff spot by U.S. Thanksgiving, you've got like a 5% chance of making the playoffs.
All right, like so it's not looking very good for the Blues.
No, like you're gonna have to go on a historic run and get lucky, and you got the 3-point games that hurt you so bad, right? So
let's not forget the year they won the cup, dude. January 1st, they were dead last in the NHL.
Yeah. Oh no, it's possible. Like,
it's possible, but yeah, very unlikely. But yeah, I. Honestly, for this one, like it's hard. I'm still trying to get at the good. For playoff. I feel bad because I'm not good at the props yet, so I'm still talking just game lines.
No,
like I'm not
that's
really.
Okay. That's okay. I'm looking into things as you're talking. Like it's all good because, like I say, these are two teams I don't follow that heavily. I'm not gonna lie. Back when I was just betting on my teams that I knew, which was the Leafs and the Habs. The minute I saw that they were playing St. Louis, Buffalo, or Phoenix, back when Phoenix was a team, I would instantly throw the W money line. Right? Like I'm gonna be honest. Like,
hey, Blues have had some rough years, dude. I know.
Like
that's why that cup in 2019 meant so goddamn much. We
Like,
only needed one, baby. I don't give a fuck what happened after that.
and I don't want to do it to you, man, but the way NFL fans that are big franchise fans think of the Browns is like the way like teams up here think about certain teams, and one of them, like I say, being St. Louis, and then everything else being anything Southern State related. Is a big one. Like if you're like you can't have ice outside in the winter, you don't have a hockey team.
Right.
I'm looking at the Action Network for some stats. So the Blues are for the season 22, 30, and 4 over. The over is the first number. So the 22 overs, 30 unders, 4 pushes. And at home they are 9 overs, 17 unders. The Jets are basically 500 on the or as a total this year. They're 26 and 27 over unders, and 13 and 12 to the over to the under away from home. So that like makes me think underish, which is kind of contrary to what I first thought.
Yeah, I mean that's interesting, definitely. And St. Louis does have ice, by the way. It's cold as shit here right now.
I know you guys do. I know you guys do. So I apologize on that one. I was just lumping you in, but that was a few years ago, and I'm looking at your roster, like Cam Fowler, like you say, Papieko, Bushnevej, Jake Neighbors, like Shen, like you guys do have a fucking pretty roster.
It's nice, dude. Kairu's nice. Robert Thomas is nice. Like it's a nice team. It's just that
Letty.
And now we finally got, a coach worth of shit. We got rid of fucking what's his name, and now we've got Jim Montgomery from Boston that, he got canned in Boston, and we hurry up and said, yeah, we fired our coach and hired him right away. So I think we're on the right. We've had a better. We've had an up and down. We definitely are gotten a little bit better. But yeah, I mean it's been a rough ride as a Blues fan for sure. We've had great. I mean, think of the '90s. Like if you guys were watching hockeys in the '90s, like the Blues were like unstoppable for a long time. They just couldn't win a cup.
Oh, 100%. Oh, you guys were tough in the 90s. Like you guys had a bunch of big boys. Like
dude, Pronger, McInnes, fucking
yeah.
I mean, we had Brett Hall, Adam Oates.
Dano Chara on ice. Like everyone was like, this guy just towers me.
Fucking, we had Gretzky for a minute, which he lost, in the playoffs for us. And I'll never forget he turned the puck over and got scored on for us to get eliminated. But whatever. But yeah, it's been a rough ride as a Blues fan. But we've had really good years, and we have been like straight up dog shit. But yeah, this year it's like it doesn't make sense because, like you said, you look at that lineup and it's pretty good. But I think that when is the trade deadline is coming up, right?
March.
Yeah. What is that? It's the end of March, right?
March 7th. It's a couple days after my birthday.
Oh, start of March.
I'm telling you, if the Blue, I was
like 7th.
I said on here 2 weeks ago, I won't reveal the source. Is my one only true source I've got here. But I said 2 weeks ago, I said that Doug Armstrong walked down to the ice during skating around, pointed at Kairu, Shen, and Kairu, Shen, and somebody else, and told him that they were all three, pointed at him on the ice and said, you're all on the block. I'm trading it. Like every single one of you is like basically you've all played like shit. Told them they were all on the trade block, turned around and walked away. I said that here 3 weeks ago. I told my buddy Jack that, and he was like, well, we'll see how that works out. Buchnevich was the other one. He sent me a thing on my birthday, latest on the Blues deadline plans. This is Hockey Rumors, ProHockeyRumors.com. That yeah, they are officially. They've received more than one calls on Pavel Buchnevich, Jordan Kairu, and they are now open to making Braden Shen available. So all three of those guys are on the block, and I'm telling you that those are three big names that if they move, Buchnevich has kind of fallen off a little bit, but any team that gets Braden Shen, who I love that guy as a captain, great captain, and then obviously Jordan Kairu is a young stud. I just think that those could be big names. I mean, because like you're right, we are definitely on the kind of trending downward, but I don't know. They're a hard team to judge, really.
They are. They're the definition of a wild card. Like, another one I like is the Kraken Florida game. Two fucking big dominant teams. Like, Florida just built themselves up to be just such a stacked team, the natural way, and then the Kraken obviously got the best of the team lotteries when them and the Golden Knights came into the league. The thing Utah didn't get.
Dude, that's so funny that
I know
the Golden Knights just got fucking gifted like the best team in the world, and then they're like, Utah came around, they're like, yeah, we're not going to do that. We're not going to make that mistake twice.
Well, no, 3 times because twice the Kraken.
The crack, yeah. Like we're just gonna fuck you hard because we are tired, dude. The Knights came in and just lived like lavishly. Like at the moment they started losing, like you started seeing real Vegas Knight fans. They didn't know how to do what to do. Like they're like, wait, we're not in the Stanley Cup. Like, no, dude. You have down years sometimes, Vegas. That's how this goes.
And that's what I feel like. I feel like Vegas sports books and casinos were like in on the birth of that team, and that's why like that one got that stupid deal that never happened. Like in any expansion team that ever came into the league, that had never happened.
Do you remember how bad Columbus was when like Lyle Odeline was like their first overall pick or their first pick in the expansion? Lyle Odeline, like heart and soul gritty dude. Lyle Odeline is like a fifth defenseman almost on any NHL team at that point in time.
Yeah, that's brutal. I mean, that fucking expansion was a joke.
And at that point in time too, they were competing against Minnesota because they came in the league at the same time. So these two teams are like bloodbathing over the 5th best defenseman on every team. Yeah, go team. No wonder Columbus is awful. Sorry, Ohio.
Yeah, and then obviously Pietrangelo went there too. Shout out Alexander Pietrangelo. What a fucking godsend he was. Blues let him go and fucking replaced him with Torrey Krug. Okay, shoot me.
Yeah,
dead. He's ass. Okay.
There's been a lot of bad trades, man. Like over the last since that 04 lockout, man. Like trades got really sloppy after that, and there was a lot of pat me on the backs, a lot of draft picks that like weren't going anywhere. I don't know, man. Like I feel like talent is generational. Like it's every 6 to 7 years you get a new big talent, right? Like if you look at like we got Sidney Crosby, then we got Nathan McKinnon, then we got Ovi was in there somewhere too, I guess. Ovi was in there somewhere too, but like big generational talent only comes around every so often, like the Magic superstardom, and that kind of actually leads me into what I wanted to say about the Kraken Florida game. Shane Wright, I like him for a point. He's hit it in 8 of 10. And he missed the Four Nations game, and I know that hurts him because when he played for the juniors before him and Bedard were drafted, he wanted to be the all-star. Like you saw, Bedard was humble with every goal he got, and he just graced it. Versus Wright was in the background, like upset that he didn't get to play. I don't know. I feel like he's another guy. Who was the other one I said? It was Tage Thompson said that he was upset that he wasn't selected for Team USA. I feel like Shane Wright's probably going to be in that same kind of boat, that he's going to be upset he wasn't selected for Team Canada, and he's gonna gun out and get us a point. And then Reinhart coming off of the Four Nations game. Prior to the Four Nations game, he had a point in 8 of his last 9 games, and then he had over 1 point in every Four Nations game. I think he was on
fire in the Four Nations game.
Like I say, he had the all-star line, right? But now he's going to be back playing with Kachuk. So I think he's destined to get another point. So those are 2 points in one game that I like for tomorrow night.
Did you guys kind of literally never mind. Just keep going. I literally have you ever started talking? Just literally lost it. So doesn't even matter.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't even matter. But yeah, that'll be the Kachuk. I mean, so Matt Kachuk. The question is he 100% over this injury that he was off, or did he play in that game because it was game 7? You know, like a do or die. So I guess that would maybe we wait and see.
No,
Because like
I thought Brady was the one that was injured out of the two of them. So that's why I put money on Matt, not Brady. So
Matthew's the one that missed that Monday game. Brady was the one and Brady was on fire in the game they missed. He had like 3 shots in the fucking first 2 periods, I think, in that game. Like Brady was firing on in that game that his brother missed. But yeah, it's there's a few of these guys that you really, and Matthew Kachuk being one of them. Like, what now that he's out of this, like, is this going to be something that lingers for the rest of the year? Did he only play in that game because it was such a big game? Like, was he not 100% in that game? And
right,
so
well,
it's that
goal. Like he made the big slip not hit for me. So because I had him for 2 shots because I figured that was easy money. So like, yeah, he might not be playing at his full ability. He was doing a lot more passing than he was attack, right? So
right, and you didn't really hear his name on the physical side. Like, he's usually the guy. Him and his brother out there throwing their fucking bodies around and stuff like that. And yeah, you didn't really see any big hits from him or like much physicality from him in that game. So it's definitely a question. And obviously Austin Matthews too. But Austin Matthews, he looked like he was kind of trending in the other direction because, like you said earlier, that motherfucker was all over the place. Thursday night. I mean, he didn't get a goal. I think he got the assist on the first USA goal, but he was all over the place. I mean, and that's that's what you like to see because it was kind of worrisome going into that game. There was a lot of USA beat up. There was a lot of Team USA that's kind of playing injured. So, hopefully for Florida's sake, Matthew Tkachuk can come back and be Matthew Tkachuk. What did we turn on? Is that industrial? Is that the heater?
Yeah, the heater, boy. It's got to keep it warm.
The heater, baby.
Yeah, no, it gets cold out in the garage in Canada, man. It doesn't take much.
Yeah, I heard it gets cold in Canada. It's fucking. We finally got out of it was -1 yesterday. It was like felt like -10 is what it was.
One of my favorite things is to remind him how fucking cold it is in this place every now and then, and listen to Nick.
I'll tell you, but this was one of those weeks where we're there because if you're minus 32, 33, that's just 0 degrees for us. So it's like, it's we were at like 2 degrees yesterday. So we are like neck and neck right now for ass weather, and everything is frozen here right now. So. But today it was 27 degrees, so it kind of melted. But okay, so before we get off of hockey, is there anything else that you want to? So I mean, we kind of went through a lot of the games. We're at an hour. We usually do 2 hours.
Definitely want to switch it up, but last thing I want to leave it on is just the Montreal-Ottawa game to take it back to the other Tkachuk brother. I like Brady for a goal. I think he's gonna. Same thing. He's coming off a heater, right? Like he's still like hyped up from the Four Nations. I think him getting a goal or at least a point, maybe 2 points, isn't unachievable. And then on the Montreal side of things, Nick Suzuki.
Nick Suzuki, love that guy.
Oh, he's a gem, man, and he's the first Montreal captain that they didn't make him go, like the general public didn't say you have to go learn French, because that's always been a tradition that all the captains go to French class if they don't.
Wow, no shit. I never knew that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a tradition in Montreal, and the general public liked him so much, and because David Suzuki is a famous filmographer in Canada for his nature stuff. and he's actually Nick Suzuki's great uncle.
Wow.
Which is so he's already like his family's iconic in Canada. So they're like, you don't have to learn French, and he just said, okay, like I appreciate that. And this motherfucker went to like 48 French classes secretly, and all of a sudden the next season, reporter went to say something in French, went, oh, sorry Nick, and then went to speak in English, and he's like, no, je ne sais pas, and fucking he just got right into it, man. And so the city loves him, and yeah, I think Suzuki's gonna get at least a point or two as well. So I'll leave it there. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I say that's a lot. I mean, and if anybody's watching, I mean, like I said, those are good plays for the weekend. We've basically covered you for like the entire NHL slate. And obviously tomorrow, come game time, these slips will obviously be posted. So like, we've got you covered on all these NHL games. And then come tomorrow, you're going to see a lot of these start popping up on Instagram and get posted. So make sure you guys are following on their, Playoff Beard Parlays on Instagram. And then obviously, go follow Derelict Sports as well, and you'll start seeing all these slips come out tomorrow. But we got you covered on all those. We're gonna talk a little bit of baseball here for a few minutes because Dale's been itching at the nuts, dude. You're talking about a guy that like he literally checks himself into a methadone rehab during off season. Like it's sick.
So Playoff Beard, I just finished a 50-team draft and hold slow draft today.
It's so gross.
Where I was prospecting White Sox outfielding and Rockies closing options in the 47th round, which is a line that nobody should say in the third week of February ever.
Okay.
So basically, he's disgusting.
So is this the official fantasy draft, or are we going like? Is this?
So this is just me on my own. So on the stream, we're gonna do at least 2 guillotines. So I'm gonna be purchasing 3 NFBC guillotine drafts. So me and Nick are gonna do 2 together for sure, and then me and my buddy are gonna do 1 for sure.
Well, let me know about the one you guys are gonna do because I'm down to do it as well. And I actually asked a buddy at work who's super into guillotine pools for any league if he'd be down for an MLB one, and he said he's hella down too. So I got a guy from work that's down.
Let's fucking go.
No, the guillotine ones are so fascinating. Like me and Nick did 2 NFL ones last year, right?
Yeah, we fucking got really close on the second one.
Yeah, the first one we ran into when Tua decided to get his head ripped off, and that
terrible
didn't go
season.
Very well.
Terrible season.
That just went. It was like then we went to the scrap heap, and then we picked up Stevenson, and then he fell apart. Yeah, it was just that
second one. Who fucked us on the second one? It was somebody like Puka Nakua. He got thrown out of that game.
Yes, that's when he got thrown out of his game, and then like everything went wrong from there on out. So
bastard.
Fuck
the Rams.
He had his like the worst game of the season, and
Now,
what were you gonna say?
Guillotine. I didn't do a guillotine. I just did a regular classic pool. But you know who fucked me that I fucking picked up that all the fucking analytics said was going to be the #1 tight end this year? Sam Laporta.
Sam Laporta, dude, for sure.
The heartbreak.
Bro, that guy was like the next Travis Kelce. Everybody's like, oh, he's the next And then, dude, yeah, he definitely had a step back year too. My goodness, he was everywhere year 1. But yeah, and they're saying old Travis Kelce. I read today he's saying he might come back. They're saying he's leaning towards coming back, so we'll see on that. But
the guillotines is great content for us too because we get to do the fab period together, and that's always a fun conversation because me and Nick don't talk to each other until fab starts. Well, we talk to each other, but we don't talk about it. We just organically look at it together and then go.
Yeah, so we'll do like the weekly pickups. We'll have we'll get on here and we'll do our weekly fab pickups and drop our stuff like that. And it's just a really interesting thing. I mean, I like the being able to last team getting eliminated. There was a league that I found last year that I was thinking about maybe trying this year. If it's this league that the back-to-back one.
Yeah.
So there's this league that I found. It's this league style. It's a new league style where you win if you win. So the league goes right until somebody wins back to back, and then it goes away. So like, and then it like just the league's over. Somebody. So was it all the pool money or was it some of the pool money? I think it was like.
I think there was like a percentage put aside each year.
Yeah,
And
you
then it's
basically
to make a
won
bigger
less
pool.
money each year, and the rest of it went into a pool, and that pool grows until somebody wins the league 2 times in a row, back to back. So
It was a
basically, it
dynasty
could
league,
go.
correct? Sorry to
It was a
interrupt.
it was a dynasty. I know it was yeah. Would you say dynasty league?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a dynasty league, and you started, and it could last 3 years, it could last 20 years. It just until somebody wins back to back, and whoever ends up winning. I mean, you know, you're 10, 15 years down the line, you win a back to back, you're fucking, you know, your money is what you are. So it's just
Well,
interesting. I mean, it's an interesting way to
we
go.
could do that with the collab group. I think we could do like we got like there's 10 or 11 of us in there. I think we could set
That'd be
something like
sick.
that up. Like if everybody's down, because like fuck, like I know you're just getting into it, Nick, but the rest of us are all degenerate gamblers. Like we'll let that money roll. We'll roll for a jack. Like,
Dude, I
bet on
know.
we bet on stupider things. You know, I'm not going to tell you that I was at the casino playing 10 20 limit hold'em, and we weren't betting $5 on what the next beer commercial was at 3 a.m. ever. I've never.
that's
done
what you were
anything
betting on
like
at the
that.
casino. I was betting on if the Asian guy that went in with his wife that he brought, that he hired for the night, was going to get him off in the bathroom under the over under on 47 seconds.
What was it?
It was the over. Actually, he lasted a long time. It was something like 2.5 minutes.
Dude, fucking right. What a guy. That's good money to lose. Definitely good money to lose because you're sad, but you're really happy for you're proud of that guy. Fucking keep it up, big guy.
The one Asian, Chewy, good old Chewy, the one Asian guy when I was at Casino Regina, he'd go, Dale, no gamble, no future, no gamble, no future.
Well, the reason it took me so long to get one, I'm not even like, so I've just had every vice in the world, and gambling's like the one I've never had a problem with. But like, obviously now I just casually want to get into it. And like, the way I talk about sport, you can't talk sports nowadays without having some type of betting. It's just everywhere. It's so coincides with each other. It's so, right there with each other. So,
step out and I'll be right back.
You're good.
Oh yeah, you're no worries. By the way, Nick, we're 0-3, but Michigan State is up by 9.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No, that's good. We took Michigan State.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yes, yeah, I know. So, so if you hit yours, we'll be down a tiny bit, but nothing serious.
Not bad. Not bad at all. What was I just saying?
Casino talk.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, obviously working at the casino. I worked at a casino for years.
That would be sobering, right?
Yeah, I mean, there was no shit. There used to be this Filipino guy that used to walk through our front plazas and like our like little hallways outside the turnstiles, and he would look for change because like he just needed, like, at one time we caught him catching quarters, and he was like, I just need to make $1 so I can get one more spin. And I'm like, dude, this is fucking terrible. Like, we had a lady jump off the bridge after she lost money, like just crazy shit. So it's like, that was pretty sobering. But yeah, now I'm ready to dabble. And all my lines, last night, I said, I'm going to test my luck. I'm like, I'm not going to fucking sit here and do it on my own. Today, I waited for everybody to start putting in their shit in that group and I kind of did what that Dirt guy did. And I just built a few,
Yeah.
Like, dude, I'm losing them all. I'm sure of it.
Well, but the thing about that group and what I love is that everybody has a different idea and different, like Playoff Beards. He loves his hockey, where I'm very casual with it. But when baseball season rolls around, I'm gonna be balls deep into it every day. And guys that everybody does football, and football is just fun. The good thing about football is that everybody has an opinion, and you can kind of formulate it like that. Like, it was I really enjoyed the Sunday night streams at the end when we just I tried not to look at the lines during the middle of the night, and like in the fourth quarter, if the game was shit, we would just like rattle out through the lines real fast. Do you notice like we made like 11 units in the NFL? I think that's part of the reason why.
It's just
Beating the line movement and trusting our gut for
yeah.
certain things that it was like, no, that line's going to move 2 points. We need to get on it now.
Yeah, no, I think we killed that. That was good. I definitely liked doing the lines. And yeah, baseball's gonna be I'm excited for baseball this year. I'm excited to do some fancy baseball and shit. Like I am definitely more excited about baseball than usual. And I like what the Guardians have done too. So I am pretty bought in for baseball this year. Um but I guess so I don't know how hold on a sec. I don't know how long he's gonna be gone or whatever stuff. But I do want to talk about. I want to give you time because we only got like 15 minutes or so. So I do want to give you some time to. We'll get into. We haven't talked any Vladimir Guerrero here. Baseball. We haven't talked much baseball here at all because it's been the off season, obviously. But we're obviously it's heating back up. First spring training game just happened. So baseball is basically here. I mean, we are in. It's back. I mean, we are in the early stages of the year. A lot going on. Obviously, big off season. Juan Soto's. We got all these people moving and changing teams. And the Dodgers signed every goddamn player in the world and deferred billions of dollars. All that shit. Well, the next pin to fall may be Vladimir Guerrero Jr. because in the last few days, the last week or so, they have retried to hammer out a deal. They went back in, tried to talk a deal because last year this was something that we all kind of were waiting on. We knew this was coming. We kind of hung over the Toronto Blue Jays' head last year, and what are they going to do? They kept Bo Bichette. They didn't move Bo Bichette at the deadline, which a lot of people thought they were going to do. They didn't really move anybody, honestly, and if anything, they've just acquired more in the offseason. They go out and get Andres Jimenez, who's going to be a good second baseman. Offensively, you never know. But Sandlin, you guys go out and get Scherzer. You make some moves. So you guys obviously believe in the team. This is not a team that is willing, whether you're going to be good or not, who knows, but they believe that they've got the squad to do it. So they go back in, they try to get a deal done. They come out of it, no deal done. And Vladimir Guerrero basically took the Myles Garrett route. Maybe not as hardcore and coming out and just saying, because he doesn't have the balls to just say, I don't want to be a Toronto Blue Jay, which is hilarious because this is a guy that's acting like he's saying, oh, I'd love to stay here, kind of. But every action he's taking says the complete opposite. I mean, the guy he's going out, talking to the media, saying, oh, they have their number. I have mine. Were they close? No. All these crazy things. And then he's liking pictures of himself in Yankees outfits and uniforms and shit like that. So, he's very much putting the pressure on there and letting people know that, things aren't going the way it is. And then in the last few days, we've heard that, they might rethink a Vladimir Guerrero trade, which obviously would mean that they're not doing very well. But I'll turn it over to you. I mean, how do you feel about this, man? Obviously, you being a Vladdy guy and you and I have talked behind the scenes on this, and obviously you think that he's worth the money, but maybe not all the money that he wants. And I mean, what the fuck? How does this end? Where do we go from here?
Okay.
Well, first, just tell me. Yeah, you just tell me.
I gotta process it. So first off, if Vladdy was going to get signed so the number that was supposedly that the Jays offered was 12 years, 480 million. So that's 44 million a year. Also I have to state that 44 million a year is in American. So you times 30% off that's like close to like 55 to 60 million Canadian. Because they have to pay him in American what it is in American, but it's in Canadian dollars. So he's making even more. Okay. I thought if the number was in the mid 40s, I think you sign him immediately. If the number's starts with a 5, I really don't know. I don't know if I want that. Because if they're not going to spend any other money, they're going to be hand-tied.
So what about him would make you worried about that? I mean, obviously, guy's a young, guy's a stud, got power, good at pretty much everything. What about him scares you?
He's got a little Prince Fielder-ish to him. So he's definitely slimmed down. he kind of like had his 22-year-old where he was pudgy-ish. I don't know what the right word is. And I think that it's definitely he's definitely in the right direction, but it also like he's a big dude and it has a little bit of scariness to it.
Yeah, how long is he going to be able to fight that off?
Yeah, exactly.
Or how long is he going to have the drive to fight that off? Exactly. You give him $500 million, next thing you know, he's like, yeah, fuck it, dude.
Well, exactly. So it's like, I don't know, like, I think the absolute scariest thing, holy shit, Michigan's put it all the way back to 2. God damn it. The thing that scares the hell out of me is, so I think this is the worst case, not the worst, this is the worst case scenario, kind of. The Jays are flirting with a wild card spot. They don't have many assets, but they trade to get better. They don't make the playoffs. They don't re-sign Vladdy. They don't re-sign Bo. And MLB Pipeline, I believe it is, the Jays have the worst farm system in baseball. The worst farm system in baseball.
So basically, you guys fucking lose these guys for nothing. You got you build no farm system up in this.
And we could now Rodgers can spend money. Like that is the one thing the Jays could do to get themselves out of this problem. Like
yeah, they've definitely been willing. That's for damn sure. It's not for their unwillingness to spend money.
Yeah. So that is so, and like I think of I think I've mentioned this. I remember if it was you or Nelson, but I think the Anthony Santander signing is like a reverse trade deadline move. Like they needed to get a big bat in the middle of that lineup to help Vladdy out. And if it helps keep Vladdy there, it's 4 years, maybe the last. They desperately needed a left-handed bat since he switched hits. Like, it made total sense for the short term to try and win now. But if everything goes wrong, they can flip them and try and get prospects next year. So it feels like a reverse trade deadline move. Like they're trying to win now, and if it works out, they can be better and they can keep them in the long run if they keep Vladdy. If they don't, they flip Santander next year.
So we're talking about Vlad. So right now we're talking about.
I was just gonna say we're gonna be talking about Vlad in this, and look at that.
Yeah. He's a big old Toronto guy, and we were. I'm getting his feelings on this because obviously like we've talked about, they tried to work out a deal, didn't work, and then he's been pretty heavy in the media. Oh baby, look at the. Is that a Hawker bag, dude? Is that a fucking?
It's a beer bag.
A beer bag, baby. Let's
Old
go.
Anheuser.
Budweiser, baby. You know where that's made.
Somewhere near St. Louis, but we won't mention that.
Let's fucking go. Even though InBev owns it, and that's not Anheuser-Busch who owns it anymore. But yeah, it is. I live 15 minutes from the brewery, so I drive by it every single day. But yeah, we were just kind of talking like, Vladimir, obviously they didn't get. He's been yapping in the media, talking about the numbers aren't close, and he's liking pictures of himself in Yankees uniforms on the internet, and stuff like that. So, and Dale's just kind of giving his thoughts on like what that's where he's at now. We're talking about like we hopefully if they move him, they can they get something for him if they can't keep him because he doesn't want to lose everybody.
It's like the scariest thing is they need to win now, and it might keep Vladdy here. But they could get like I told Nick, they have the worst farm system in baseball. Their two best pitching prospects, Tiedemann and I forget the other guy's name, but they're both had Tommy John. Like they're not pitching if they're pitching this year, it's in September. So they don't have any pieces to improve if they want to try and win, and they could not make the playoffs, try and improve and get nothing. Like that is the scariest thing of all of this. But they could also, like
is Hap still pitching? Go grab Hap again.
God, that's a blast from the past. Thank you for that.
Grilly too. Jason Grilly too.
Oh, why don't we grab Joe Biagini off of the assembly line that he's working on too?
The fucking butter power plant he's at. That's so funny.
He's an OPG.
Yeah. He's literally got to use PTO to come to the game.
Oh, I think that they. Yeah, I think if the number started with a 5, I really would be scared. I think, and it's the media too. Like, does Vladdy want Juan Soto-esque money? Probably. Could the Jays have lowballed him and like offered him $30 million a year? Russ Atkins and Rob Shapiro wouldn't fucking surprise me one bit. There's somewhere, it's all somewhere in the middle. But Vladdy liking all this stuff, and like you said before too, like just the way he's saying things, it just.
Yeah, I don't like when he's like, well, there's a they have their number, I have mine, and then they're like, well, was it close? And he's like, no. It's like, bro, you aren't Juan Soto. Like, you are great. Like, don't get me wrong, you're a really fucking good player, but like it's kind of like you got to get him to realize that. But that's a big ask, obviously. And who's going to sit there at 20? How old is he? 24?
26 years old.
25? Yeah, 26. Yeah. So it's like he's not going to say that. But it's like, dude, it's rough because you know if you don't pay him, one of those big teams is going to.
Well, the Angels. His dad played there. That makes so much sense.
Oh, that'd be great because then he's going to get money, but he's not going anywhere. They're never winning shit.
Yeah, the Yankees make the Red Sox make sense. I seen a ridiculous article that said that the Jays should 1-for-1 trade Vladimir Guerrero for Rafael Devers, which made me pause and like, huh, that's interesting. It'll never happen, but. That's an interesting choice.
So, Playoff, are you a big Toronto guy? I mean, a big baseball guy? Like, are you like I saw the bag, but are you a Blue Jay guy?
So, I lean Blue Jays because they're right down the road. Like, they're 40 minutes down the road, and you can go catch a game for $11. Like, you can't beat the price. But my thing is I haven't paid attention in years. Last summer was the first summer I decided to place some bets on MLB. And like as I was saying, my strategy is you look at the team's top 2 or 3 hitters, you pick 2 of them, and you go through 4 or 5 games that night and bet them all for just over 0.5 hits. Because whether that's a bunt or that's a home run, it's a hit. You know what I mean? So,
right.
I just figured it was playing it safe, right? The last time I paid attention was the Donaldson, Tulowitzki, Pilar, Russell, Russell
David
Martin.
Price.
Russell fucking Martin, dude.
And Encarnacion, Joey Bats, like they had the team, man. I can't believe they didn't pull off a championship with that team.
Juan Encarnacion, Cleveland legend. Thank you very much.
I forgot he was Cleveland. You had Josh Donaldson be a Cleveland legend.
Running with the parrot.
We had baby. Donaldson. That's right. We had Donaldson and we had the parrot, dude. Fucking and he was not. He had 20 something, damn near 30 home runs that year in Cleveland. So he wasn't terrible. He's a big boy. I don't think I ever realized how big Juan Encarnacion was until I watched him play every single night.
Me and my friend don't even call him Encarnacion. He's just E5 from when he was
E5, yeah.
When he was in Cincinnati and he was so bad defensively. Error third base, E5. So we just call him E5 all the time. He just call Encarnacion E5 all the time.
Well, yeah, that's fucking awesome. But we do have a baseball bet locked in already.
Yes,
Dale made a bet. We've already got a futures bet.
Okay,
and it's actually in the American League East, but it's not the Blue Jays. So I took the Orioles to win the division at like plus 275 ish. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's on the action page. I can pull it up in 2 seconds. Do I just have to go to futures to find that, Nick? Like when I look up our bets, action, futures. Oh, they're right there. Ooh. I can't. Anyway, so it's approximately 275-ish, or somewhere between 250 and 275 for the Orioles to win the division. Thought process. The Yankees are the best team on paper, and I can admit that. The Yankees are old, and I don't think Garrett Cole is the Garrett Cole of old. And Carlos Rendon is a gas fire waiting to happen. And that lineup was Juan Soto and Aaron Judge last year.
Mm-hmm.
And Juan Soto's gone, and
the Yankees are still gonna win games. Like, don't get me wrong, the Yankees are gonna be there. The Orioles are young. The Orioles have some good pitching. They have some prospects like Kobe Mayo. Kobe Mayo might be the best prospect, one of the best top 5 prospects in baseball, and he has to sit in Norfolk because they're so fucking stacked up. The Orioles have also won 90-plus games in the past 3 seasons, and they have lost in the wild card all 3 seasons. They need to win this division so they don't have to play in the wild card on wild card weekend. They need to get that bye. They know they need to get that bye. You don't want to have to play those 3 games. And if you make the Yankees have to play those 3 games, go and do it. I think that they've got Cano, who's a great setup guy. They have Batista coming back from Tommy John. He might be missing the first couple weeks, but there's a mountain of a man too. That man is fucking huge.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
I just like the Red Sox. The Red Sox are going to be in that mix too. Like, I think they picked up Bregman. Rafael Devers is a little bitchy about things. They went out and traded for the pitcher from the White Sox,
Dylan Cease.
Oh, not Dylan Cease. The guy who throws gas. Anyways, like they've went and improved too, and they were the other way I looked, and they were like plus 425. But I just think that they're not quite as good. Like the Jays were plus 1,300, and the Rays were plus 1,000, and I could squint and make a reason to say that they will flirt with it. But I think the biggest reason is they don't want to play in the wild card round. They haven't won it. That division doesn't. It'll mean something to the Yankees, but that Orioles team knows the heartbreak of losing 2 games in a row in wild card round. They're gonna have something to play for this year, and that is why.
I like it.
Go Orioles.
That's his reasoning. And we talked about the Giancarlo Stanton. We talked about him too. We were talking. Dale and I were talking about him. There's reports right now on Giancarlo Stanton that he apparently has like just the worst like elbow or pain in both of his elbows, and he hasn't swung a bat in like 4 weeks or something. Like he can't swing a bat right now. So there's definitely some cause to be concerned for Yankees. That is for sure. I mean, obviously baseball.
I don't want to be surprised if by the way, Michigan State. You remember how I got all worried that it got down 3? Michigan State's back up by 12, so that's going to be a W. Plus 130.
Calling it over here too. Let's fucking go. But yeah, obviously baseball right around the corner, so we'll be covering that a little bit more as it starts. But I mean, we're entering that time of the year. I mean, we're going to get hockey playoffs here soon. We're going to get NBA playoffs here soon. And then, there really isn't a better time of the year. And then you get, baseball starting up. And then once all this settles down, you go into the NFL. It's like we're really getting back into like the heat of things here. And there's really not a better time. So
scary, Nick.
What's up?
Everybody loves March Madness. The week before for degenerate bettors is even better.
Is that this week?
No, it'll be like, so the March Madness is like the 20th, so it'll be like that week of like the 14th, 15th. But you have all these conference tournaments, and now with these mega conferences, like there's games from 10 a.m. till like the degenerate like game in Las Vegas that starts at 11 p.m. my time. Like it's, do you want to bet Dayton and Duquesne? Well, you can at 10 a.m. And
dude, I'm for real. If you guys follow us on Action, like I don't know if I know that our bets we haven't our Action page hasn't taken off that much, but if you are following on that, you're going to be seeing some fucking ridiculous bet. Like you are going to see some crazy shit coming up here in the next week, or like schools that you're going to have to Google. Like you're going to have to like make sure they're fucking real.
One of the
but
best
it'll
things
happen.
is Nick's like, Stephen F. Austin, that isn't a real school. Yes, it is. Where is Winthorpe? I don't know. Somewhere in the south.
So, do you before we wrap everything up? Do you get into that type? Like, do you bet college basketball and stuff? Like, are you playoff? Like, are you a guy that just do you bet like your strengths, or do you find like I know you said yesterday like you'll find we've all lost money on Turkish horse shows. We've all lost money there, but fucking like. But do you ever like sit around and see like March Madness come up, and does the hair on your balls stick up a little bit, and you're like, yeah, I got fucking.
It does because and something
out.
and yeah and like I don't follow college basketball that much. It's more college football for me. I'm a big Ducks guy. I called the Ducks this year, and they did really well. They didn't get to the end. But I did really like them. I've always been a Buckeyes guy. I've always paid attention to the Buckeyes. But no, not really so much basketball. But Dale and you reignited something in me the other day that slipped my mind because I got so developed in the player props. I forgot about plus spreads and how if you have a high enough plus spread, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to win by 35. That means they're going to lose by 34-1. Like, I forgot about these lines. They're the basic startups of gambling. And like, I forgot about the foundation. And I'm so happy to be back into that. And I'm going to be paying attention all March Madness to what you guys got going on. But I'm really going to be paying attention to those plus spreads and those wide spreads and doing the research of can that school beat that spread?
Yep. And so me and Nick hopefully. So I work at a landfill. I've got to tell you a story later on, Nick. I found one of the 3 weirdest things I've ever seen today in the cardboard.
In a landfill.
In the landfill. It's weird. Is it okay if I share it?
Share it. Get it over with.
So I'm sitting there shoveling cardboard into the conveyor, and I look, and there's a Ziploc bag on the ground, and I look at it, I'm like, that kind of looks like a deer leg. I've seen that before, and I grab it. It is a frozen ferret that is fucking rock hard. Like I could concuss somebody with it. Just dead as dead can be in a fucking Ziploc bag. Probably
you keep it? It's probably good luck, dude.
Probably one of the 3 weirdest things I've seen at the landfill.
It's like a rabbit foot. You keep that bitch in your back pocket.
I was just gonna say, fuck the rabbit's foot. I got a whole ass ferret.
I got a whole goddamn ferret. Do you guys want to rub my ferret? They're like, wait, what are you talking about? He's like, dude, I've been keeping this thing frozen since 25. It's like 2037.
Yeah, you guys want to pet my ferret? Check out this pelt.
Yeah. They're like, no, my dick's not that big. That's just my frozen ferret.
That I walk around with.
I keep it in my front pocket though, just so I don't.
Is that your frozen ferret, or are you happy to see me?
Yeah. Dude, that's fucking what. So what'd you do with it? Did you just throw it back in the field?
I threw it outside because I didn't want to leave it inside
You
for the
even
weekend and
bury
have
it,
rotten
dude?
ferret.
With the fucking respect, dude. You should have went outside and put it in a little cardboard.
Oh, and there was also
There's a Portuguese guy and he ate it. Don't lie to me.
Yeah, somebody had it for lunch for sure. You definitely pawned it.
There was also crawfish right beside it, like the little the ones you find in like a lake that like look like crabs. Yeah,
dude. I bet the landfill is wild. I can't wait for you to find a body. That's what I'm waiting for.
They're the big. It's right up there with found some sex things in there. Found some weird porn things. Oh yeah, it's great.
We got to get the body. When we get the body, that's gonna be for sure. Take a picture of it.
So I told you guys I do restoration. I rip out drywall, baseboard, all that stuff for a living to dry out the structure of the house.
Oh, you've probably seen some things in walls.
I've seen some things in walls. I've packed out some odd things with contents. Um, I did a job for like a 65-year-old woman that had a box of over 72 dildos. We had to itemize 72 dildos.
Let's go, dude.
That was some crazy shit. There was another old lady that we went into her house and she had a camera, like a professional video camera in her bathroom pointed at the bathtub, and another one pointed at her spare bedroom off of it. And we left that house calling her Only Grams.
Holy grams, dude.
Holy crabs.
Don't mind. And if you accidentally send me your Instagram page, dude, it won't be a problem.
But
I won't complain.
I'll give you the hookups. But no, so I was gonna say, so we throw out shit all the time. The other day, we had a funny joke about the homeowner was being a fucking asshole. So we were like, you know what? What if we just took him out, this and that? And then I was wrapping up the baseboard into the rip proof poly. And it's like this white like poly you can't see through, it's all woven. And I wrap it up, and as I'm wrapping it up and taping it up so we don't have to get any garbage bags, I'm like, this is looking like a body. I was like, yo, this is a fucking homeowner. I wrap up it and make it so it's got a head, it's got shoulders, it looks like a body stiff up. And we carry it out to the curb and we look through it in the back of the cube van. We're like, leave that fucking cube van open. Like, no one's gonna fuck with us, right? And then we ended up throwing it out just as is. So like you're gonna come across something like that thinking it's a body, and you're gonna open it up, and it's gonna be drywall fragments and baseboards.
See,
What a letdown.
That I wouldn't be entertained by.
What a fucking letdown that would be. I mean, I don't want you to find one, but I do want you to find one. Just my curiosity. I want you to find whole body. I want you to be wrapped up in like a case. I want to break one wide open, dude. Dale found somebody that wasn't supposed to be found. Now Dale has to get a new phone because the phone he has is police property, police evidence.
You don't know how
Dale's
hard it was to
missing
get
shows.
this under control. Like, I don't need
no
more
shit.
problems in my life.
That's not a bad way to get an upgrade.
Yeah, sorry, the police took it. I found a dead body.
Police, yeah. I wonder if Rogers would hook me up with that. Hey, like, they took the phone.
That's what I'm saying. Well, you gotta. What Wayne Gretzky say, man?
Don't miss the shot you don't take.
That's right. 100% of the shots you don't take.
That's true.
Well, I just refreshed the board. Yeah, Minnesota's falling behind. So yeah, it's not a good day for action. We're gonna be back tomorrow. When you get Derelict like betting Dayton and fucking who is this, Lower Illinois or Loyola
Chicago.
Loyola Chicago. Yeah, fucking But tomorrow's a new day. But
what is my golden thing to say, Nick? There's always another board.
It's always another day, and you can't get out of a slump without betting more. So
yeah, you can't bet yourself out of a slump if you don't bet. Yeah, that one sounds really bad when I say it, but it always.
But but I think we've pretty much got. Let's get ready to wrap this up. Shannon just said that she ordered food now too, so I'm fucking hungry. So I'm
God, that shit.
Yeah, I'm fucking starving. So. But yeah, dude, hell yeah, it's been a good time. Like you said, if you're betting hockey this weekend, you got plenty of bets. Like I said, you can always, if you guys didn't catch them, you can always go rewatch us on YouTube, grab them, or like I said, you can just wait, follow us on YouTube or follow us on Instagram, follow Playoff Beard Parlays on Instagram. Because all these things that we've been talking about, like I said, you're going to see them come to life tomorrow. You'll start seeing the slips, you'll start seeing the bet slips and parlays stuff coming out tomorrow. So make sure you guys are following us all on all of our socials. If you're on YouTube, make sure you guys give us that like, give us a subscribe, hit the notification button. If you're on X, give us a like, give us a follow on X. And then, like I said, if you're over on Instagram, man, that's where all the action's at for us. So make sure you guys follow us on Instagram. Make sure you follow Playoff Beard Parlays. And then when you follow us, you're going to start seeing all the other regulars and stuff that are, in the comments stuff. So you'll no short of betting advice if you guys give us a follow. So.
Absolutely, and I was gonna say, I think we all have Linktree on our pages as well, so that'll hyperlink you to whatever you need as well.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate everybody coming out tonight, man. Really appreciate all the support. Playoff, man, I really appreciate you spending the time and taking time out again with us, man. I really, really do appreciate that. Next week, we're going to get on. I'm going to start getting on these. Now I see your live schedule, so I think I can definitely finesse a few, like step away at work or on the way home, start hopping on some of these lives for a few minutes at least, chat. So definitely start popping in on those. That'll be a good time.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Yeah, no, I appreciate the love, and thank you guys for having me again. Whenever you guys need someone to help fill some segments, hit me up.
All right, fellas. Well, Dale, I'll talk to you soon. Playoff, I'll talk to you soon. You guys have the rest of your good night. We'll see you guys on Monday. You guys have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. Let's win some money, and see you guys on Monday. All right, guys. Thanks for watching Daily Sports. Peace.
Summer red cover trucking into